Ultron's back, baby! Or at least he will be soon, because according to the Cosmic Circus, Ultron is going to be making his grand return, his long-awaited return, to the Marvel Cinematic Universe sometime very, very soon. Because, of course, Ultron, we saw him in 2015, Avengers Age of Ultron, which is more like a couple days of Ultron, not really an Age of Ultron, but that's what the movie was called. And at the end of that movie, Ultron supposedly died. But as it was very emphasized in that film, as long as one of those bodies is out there, as long as one of those consciousnesses out there, the AI still exists. So even though they destroyed all the robots, or at least they think they did, Ultron is still out there. And the Cosmic Circus confirms that Ultron is still alive. He has been dormant for years, but will be coming back very soon. Now, they don't know exactly where, but they just know that Ultron is coming back and he is going to be appearing in an upcoming live action movie or Disney Plus series for the MCU, which I think is really interesting because this is something that I feel like we've kind of been teased with for years now, not only since Age of Ultron, but in Spider-Man Homecoming, we had that kind of Ultron cameo in the damage control facility. We saw an Ultron head, which, the eyes were red, which usually means that thing is, active. So there's that. And then, of course, we saw Ultron, was kind of the main villain of Marvel Studios' What If. That was on the animated side of things. But still, Ultron was a pretty big presence in that show. Honestly, a better version of Ultron than what we got in Age of Ultron. And then even on top of that, something that we have seen Ultron return in the MCU before, just not in, I guess, fully canonical ways. We've seen him as the main villain of Avengers Damage Control, as well as the Disney Wish cruise storyline thing that they did a couple months ago. So for these Disneyland things, and special interactive VR events, Ultron has made his return. He has fought Ant-Man and Sam Wilson Captain America and all these different new Avengers and Captain Marvel, which of course I've made videos about those in the past. So it's really interesting that, this is something that has been, like I said, teased for a while now, and now Ultron is finally actually coming back for real this time. And unfortunately, I doubt James Spader is coming back. It'd be awesome if he did. But I'm assuming, they got Ross Marquand, who, they got him to be the perfect Red Skull in Infinity War and Endgame. And then in What If, he's the perfect Ultron. So they'll probably just have Ross Marquand do the voice. But where is Ultron going to show up? That is the real question here. Now, my two biggest theories. One is on the WandaVision side of things, and then the other is actually more so, I don't know why, but my mind is completely blanking right now. So for some reason I'm not thinking about it. But let's talk about the WandaVision side of things. So, of course, Vision. We know we're getting a Vision Disney Plus series. We're getting Vision Quest. And Vision, kind of the whole thing here is that, he was created by Ultron. Part of his consciousness is Ultron. We talked about in Infinity War with Bruce Banner how Vision is made up of Ultron, Bruce Banner, Tony, the Mind Stone. Each of those pieces together make Vision who he is. And this series is going to be White Vision, now recollected his memories, is trying to make sense of who he is / who he was as the previous Vision. So that definitely makes sense that Ultron would be featured there. Ultron would be possibly the main villain, have his grand return, now connecting this White Vision to the original Vision's memories and kind of reactivating Vision. Possibly that somehow reactivates Ultron as well. And it also kind of, the reason I said not just Vision, but the WandaVision side of things is because this could also relate to Wonder Man, which we're not really sure how they're going to do Wonder Man in the MCU. Everything that's been described so far. We got Yahya Abdul-Mateen. It's going to be a comedy series, Hollywood satire. That all sounds great. But in the comics, originally, the whole way that Vision was created is actually it was Ultron used the brainwaves of Wonder Man to create the Vision, I think, or something along those lines. So Wonder Man is heavily tied to Ultron and Vision, but again, just everything we've heard about that series and that character in the MCU so far, it kind of sounds like they're going to be going in a different direction. But now, luckily, I was able to remember what I was thinking of before is that other option, which is Armor Wars. Because we know Armor Wars, it's going to be coming. And actually, it was supposed to be originally a Disney Plus series, but now it's been moved up to the big leagues. It's going to be a big screen theatrical released MCU movie. Of course, it's basically going to be the War Machine solo project, which is awesome. I'm assuming probably Ironheart's going to be involved here, and who knows who else, but it's all going to be about what if Stark technology got into the wrong hands. And you know what is Stark technology? Ultron. Ultron was created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, but Ultron is Stark technology. So imagine if some crazy bad guy like Justin Hammer, or possibly like a Crimson Dynamo, a Titanium Man, you know, some kind of crazy Iron Man villain like that, got their hands on Ultron. Or if Ultron just, you know, is resurrected and he gets his hands on all this Stark technology. Imagine the damage that could be done there. So Ultron coming back, really, I think is a great idea. Ultron is in the comics one of the biggest, baddest Marvel villains, and in the MCU, he was a little less than that. Very unmemorable. I enjoyed the interpretation, but many do not agree. So we'll see where this ends up happening, where and when, but I'm definitely really excited about this because Ultron, again, great character. I want to see more of him. He was done really amazingly in What If, so I'd like to see something done just as well in live action for the MCU. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news that Ultron is coming back to the MCU, and what project do you think he'll pop up in? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep it up to date on everything goes on in the Marvel life.